Privately, as you can observe, we will make a movement today, quite simple, quite clear. There any bug in my nose? So it's like this. It's the support to your research. We had this conversation before on 2018, and we are in touch with the driver. I would say as investigation since 2014 at least. It's the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We will offer a model in the way we are having and doing all the time. If you take a look on our blog, the Risk Report 2022 Trace May.blogspot.com, you will observe that on May 2021, at the same thing, you was advised about the risks as doing what you did. After you have the compensation as credit research, 33 trillion, my offer need FBI Alpha plus Microsoft Google, same interest in research, this value beta, crossing both research of 33 trillion by two different drivers that can be crossed to set and observe patterns as control. In the way we are doing, set control against fails and observe which kind of control indeed really happened at this 33 trillion as limit for research, financial research, interval to be researched in 1988 up to 2022, projected to 2028, preventive control on 2028 from current time, as you know, the kickoff, and crimes since 1988. We observe that the groups on budget, indeed the transnational organized crime and the white collar crime, all by association in the way we expose it. The other thing that we will have in mind is that by the behavior, acting by hoax, fake data, clandestine movements on institution and public department was suggested a financial punishment as 1 trillion against the same institutions that committed these failures and those all things that was advised on May 2021 with a lot of advices before. And we will have, after all things made closed, it means the institution the way you have today. You must get the offenders from this institution, especially if it doesn't matter public or corporate, national or international. If it's on public budget, must decline the guiltiness against the offenders by specific hands, by all crimes observed, especially the corruption, which is the angle stone of all crimes organized on regular institutions. The other thing, it means that after all this, we will have, unfortunately, to sue you by harassment against my effort, my research, this creditors committee and all things. It's 1 billion. And you have 1 billion on present time. It's, suggested to observe at the Saquarema City in Rio de Janeiro City as a piece of this moment as compensation and observe arguments at the blog. We will observe that indeed the organized crime goes by ideas, and the development and the complexity of crimes and scams, especially integrated, points to, unfortunately, the intellectual area and academic area used for criminal scams. How can you track this? It was suggested in 2018 that this is a real possibility, especially with investment made for specific departments by specific budget from specific hands. The integration of all having the criminal development by theory on all things will track, have a concurrent field of interest like the Nobel Prize. And They suggested to have the FBI inside the Chicago school. I think that they did the work, and we will present our model today, quite simple, quite clear. We will have at first to raise the board. Our board, as we had on the last periods like this, but we will have to raise this board. And we will make our movement today. Quite simple, quite clear, nobody will be hurted and nobody will be upset, I'd say, because it will be something simple and cruel, because we like to work like primal animals. And we will have things like this. We will check that we have the distribution as the first thing, the ipsilon, which is my function, and my function has a name and Nobel Prize. Then I will check that I have the variables. The variables kind of are the issues and thematic segments at this Nobel Prize as arena, and then we will have our Z, which are the contributors. We will observe like something like this. We will check that our area of research, which is the ipsilon as Nobel Prize, will be the field of attraction as functional result by segments and theories presented according with the development as contribution made by specific persons and some specific persons that belongs to a country that has a leader or something like this. And we will check that, for instance, if I have the argument as taxation, which is a issue on law, business, on economy, and my taxation will be presented inside the area as Nobel Prize, considering the issue taxation, but can be a hoax as fraud or dishonest intellectual presentation for criminal purpose. For instance, do you have any tax system on present time functional? Because I mean with efficient, are they efficient? No. So if they are not efficient as the public investment in each nation, why do you consider that the creation as a tax global payment against companies, international business, will be something efficient? Your argument is presented here, like this situation. But we must project this by facts and circumstances under the notoriety to this area here. And now you are exposing that the argument crossed epsilon x positive 1 indeed has a situation negative 1. And when I have this, I will check that this line will be something here, which is my Nobel Prize as great criminal. And I will observe, I can put this for this side, but I will use this. The issues indeed are kind of unveiled by something that is dishonest. And this cross-cut indeed will help ourselves to understand how the contributors that presented great ideas at the regular area, after got exposed, will keep those great ideas now evidenced as criminal association. For instance, the relation cure and disease. You have your medical history and the interest has obtained the Nobel Prize, for instance. And the development of, vaccines and other things. After got all fraud scams on COVID anything, but you like this, will this global company, as production of vaccine or the industrial crime involved with this, keep this kind of thing? Question mark. So, we will finish our presentation here. Quite simple, quite obvious, you know. And I wish you success at your trial because you for sure will flunk. Have a good night. History is mystery.